YouTube and lock and load ninjas and internet at large. Today is range day. I always love it when it's range day because today I get to shoot something I've never shot before. But I also get to revisit something that I was very, very happy with, and then I stepped away from it just because of one feature which has been addressed. Before we get into talking about, going to the range and everything, before we go to the range, let's do a little tale of the tape. Now, the first up is a gun I have no familiarity with at all, and that is the CZ Shadow. I am used to the Dan Wesson line to a certain degree, which also is a CZ product, or CZ USA owns it, but I've never had any experience where they upgraded high-end CZ pistol. So let's look at the tale of the tape.
In recent years, the SP01 Shadow has taken the competition circuit by storm. In USPSA production division, CZ's pistols are now used by twice as many top-level competitors than any other maker. Given that popularity, it was high time to up the ante. Starting from scratch, the CZUB engineers took the best features of the original Shadow and improved upon them. More than 2 years later, we're seeing the fruits of their efforts. With a high beaver tail and undercut trigger guard, the shooter's hand is able to be as close to the bore axis as possible. With a contoured slide, the majority of the reciprocating mass is also centered on the bore, equating to less muzzle flip. Increased weight at the dust cover / rail also helps keep the muzzle down. The Shadow2's swappable mag release has an adjustable extended button with 3 settings to allow shooters to set it in the spot most comfortable for them. Best of all, new trigger components give smooth DA and crisp, clean SA, while drastically reducing trigger reset. A hardy nitride coats the entire pistol, leaving it nearly impervious to corrosion, while the frame gets an additional layer of our black polycoat finish. Thin blue aluminum grips have healthy checkering to match the fine front and back strap checkering of the pistol itself. Sitting atop the slide are a set of target sights, fiber optic on the front, and a serrated black Peugeot rear.
And then we come back to an old friend. When CZ came out with the P10C, there's a lot of controversy about it. Some people, like Larry Vickers, I really respect Larry Vickers, for example, but he didn't like that it had aluminum sights. However, don't they teach us in certain classes, like if I lose one arm, I may have to rack the slide with my belt or my heel or something? If I'm racking the slide and it's going to be against the sight, wouldn't a metal sight do better for me than a plastic sight? But that's all beside the point. I really like the ergonomics of the gun, but the big problem was the mag release. So let's take a look at the tail of the tape for the newly improved P10C.
One change that happens on both the US-made and Czech-made P10s is the switch to a swappable magazine release. With a change in geometry, the goal was to eliminate the stiffness some customers experienced as the magazine release broke in, even though it became smooth after some use. The new reversible release just requires a few minutes to swap, allowing the P10 to remain lefty-friendly. Much more than their first take on the striker-fired pistol, the P10 is decidedly CZ, from the way it feels to the way it shoots. First order of business is ergonomics. Anyone who picked up a CZ75 the first time gets it. With the CZ grip angle, the P10 avoids that brick-in-the-hand feeling that has plagued many in the striker-fired genre, allowing it to point naturally. A mid-palm swell, deep beaver tail, and 3 interchangeable back straps make the P10 fit a wide variety of hands as it was built for them. Because it was. Next up, the trigger. So many striker-fired pistols do many things right, falling short when it comes time to pull the trigger. The P10's trigger is designed to minimize creep and stacking, and after initial break-in, averages a clean 4.5 to 5 pound pull and rebounds with a very short positive reset, meaning single shots can be meticulously placed while follow-ups are effortless. Built to withstand the rigors of military use, the fiber-enforced polymer frame and hardy nitride finish are made for the daily grind. The generous trigger guard allows use with gloved hands while being undercut to allow the high grip as possible, and a set of metal tactical 3-dot sights allows for one-handed manipulation of the slide on a belt. Takedown of the P10 will be familiar to most fans of the striker-fired guns and be more pleasing with the holster compatibility with some of the most common guns on the market. Both familiar and new, P10C is the complete package.
And now comes the best part. We get to go to the range. one thing that I noticed, and I have to point out, it had been a while since I fired this particular configuration. I've been shooting the P10F a lot here lately, and I have had some runs on the P10S, and I forgot just exactly how nice this was as a carry gun. Just the military utility of it all. Nothing. It's very good at what it is, and it doesn't profess to be anything else. This is an excellent carry gun if this is the way you go, the way you wish to go. One thing that puzzles me, though, about the whole P10 line. This is 19 rounds in its standard configuration. P10S is 12 rounds, and this one is the same as the Glock 19 with 15 rounds. I don't get it. This shocked me. This gun shoots like a highly refined pistol, and I have shot a few highly refined pistols. Not that I didn't expect it to, but I was just amazed at how good this felt. My son, who's behind the camera, said this shot like a Bentley, which I've never shot a Bentley, but I'll take his word for it. The range manners, besides maybe changing the optics on it, if you're going to shoot with a red dot, I can't think of anything you would do to this pistol. This is the first time I've ever messed with the Shadow. Even the magazines are sort of convertible. They have the round count on one side for 9mm and the round count on the other side for 40. So this was shocking. I had originally told them that I'd be sending this one back. Maybe not. Maybe not. Like I said in the last video, demonetized now, no big deal. But now, in order to help me with the search, I really would appreciate it if I got a thumbs up on the video if you like the video. To find out more about the radio show, go to lockandloadradio.com. We've got some plans to upgrade that site and do a few things with it here in the very near term. And, you can find the show, find the podcast, find all the other stuff. If you like this kind of content also, I'm not going anywhere on YouTube, so thumbs up, subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. And I am out of here.